Okay, so we have now with us Merrill Haug, who's going to give us a description of supernova. Can you tell us what it is?
Okay. Supernova is a modular structure.
Mm-hmm.
Those modules are actually called fractals.
Fractal.
And fractal science is a kind of new science right now.
Yeah.
And we find out that we live in a fractal world.
Mm-hmm. Which means
This structure in front of me
mm-hmm.
is actually a fractal structure that I invented, and it has relevance to our everyday lives.
Okay.
Today I want to explain how this relates to our lives and to the structures that make up our existence. What we have here,
Yeah, hold it a little bit higher, maybe.
what we have here
Yeah.
is a 20 fractal structure that I invented that at first glance it looks like just a sculpture, but it does have relevance to fractal science.
Okay.
Now, in fractal science, we understand that everything is interconnected.
Okay.
As you can see, everything in this structure is interconnected.
I do.
In fractal science, we find that the quantum physics aspects, we know that everything in our existence is interconnected. This structure may be an explanation how that interconnectedness exists. Now, as an interconnected structure, you have to understand that this is a structure at the quantum level.
Okay.
This is the smallest of the small.
Oh.
Everything in our lives is interconnected and made up of quantum physics. Einstein, when he was coming up with the theory of relativity, understood that he had to go to the smallest of the small, and that was the genesis of quantum physics. This was in 1915.
Hmm.
We are approaching exactly 100 years since that time.
Oh.
And in his entire life, Einstein never ever was able to explain how quantum physics worked
Oh.
and what the structure was that quantum physics was made up of. I basically, when I invented this structure,
Mm-hmm.
I had an epiphany at one time.
Mm-hmm.
And by assigning the three quantities of quantum physics, which are the strong, the weak, and the electromagnetic, I assigned each one of those to each one of these corners of this fractal. Assuming that opposites attract, by putting together the strong and the weak and the strong, and the electromagnetic, assuming reverse polarity,
Okay.
negative and positive, I put together this structure, and in doing so, I find out that this structure is coherent with that theory. Now, by interconnecting, you can find out that this is just the beginning. You can add to this indefinitely,
Oh, okay.
forever and ever.
You can,
It,
it
you
can
can-
make it big.
you can fill a room up with these structures alone.
Oh my God.
by just adding to it. You can never, ever stop adding to this because it will, as it grows larger, more and more connections. Now, in assigning quantum physics three principles, what you find out is that not only is everything interconnected, but everything is connected at the same time. In quantum physics, you always have this mystery of how, by affecting a particle here, a particle over here is automatically affected instantly. That's because this is a live structure.
Okay.
As a live structure.
To make a lamp, you put a bulb in there?
Well, the thing is that this can be used for lighting, but it can also be used for furniture,
Antenna,
tables, and so on. But today I want to really just describe the quantum physics nature of this structure.
Okay.
Quantum physics is still a very, very mysterious field of science.
Okay.
We have many, many theories. We have string theory, membrane theory, interconnectedness. We know that expansion is going on all the time. Now, dark matter and dark energy. Einstein, in his theory of relativity, said that matter and energy are one and the same. Matter is nothing more than concentrated energy. You can take a small fraction of this and you can turn it into a tremendous amount of energy. Nature transforms matter into energy every day of our lives. I had to walk over here and I'm a little bit perspiring and I'm warmer than normal. That's my body's way of converting matter into heat, which is energy.
Okay.
Volcanoes, forest fires, even turning on your gas stove, you are taking matter and turning it into energy.
Okay.
And when they collide matter together, or particles, they always find out that they always come up with these three basics: strong, weak, electromagnetic. And instantly it is gone. The reason it is gone is because energy immediately wants to go back to matter.
Oh, okay.
Matter is constantly being formed and energy is being constantly produced from matter.
Okay.
Every day of our life, the sun is taking matter and turning it into energy. Like I say, turning on a gas stove, lighting a cigarette, you're turning matter and turning it into smoke. You have fire that goes to smoke, which is immediate change of energy into matter and matter into smoke. It's a constant ongoing cycle. The structure of matter is made up of particles, and I believe that this can explain how matter and energy are interconnected. How matter is made from particles. If you consider this a particle, and it has strong, weak, and the electromagnetic, which scientists have constantly come across. Then we have the basis and a structure for how matter is produced from energy.
Okay.
I am not a scientist. I am, quote, an inventor. But this epiphany that I had, quite frankly, is something that I have to have other people discern and examine.
Okay.
And if they can do this, if they can take this structure as the basic structure of all matter, made up of energy, then perhaps some of the greatest inventions in the world can come from this. For instance, nuclear power right now is fusion, but fission, I'm sorry, fusion is what nuclear power is, but fission, which would produce a lot less radioactive material, could also be maybe from this structure. All I'm saying is that I want people out there to look at this structure, and if you can, see if you can do the mathematics on it. There's a mathematical formula to this, and all physics is based on mathematics.
Okay.
So today, this is what I'm just barely scraping the surface of, and I hope that everyone now can, who's interested in this and involved in this field, pursue it, and hopefully this can be the beginning of a new science, the structure of matter, all the way down to its particle level. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Merrill.